If you find yourself sleeping poorly, waking up as tired as when you went to bed, noticing that your erections are becoming weaker, and feeling your energy draining day by day, I need you to listen very carefully to what I'm going to share with you today. Because what I am about to explain to you is something that the vast majority of men have never heard with this level of clarity and medical depth. And I want to be completely honest with you from the very first moment of this conversation. This is not simply a normal and inevitable part of the aging process, as so many want to make you believe, as so many rushed doctors have told you, without stopping to really investigate what is happening inside your body. It is a clear and urgent sign that your body is lacking something absolutely essential to function properly. It is a clear sign that your biological recovery capacity is progressively deteriorating, and that silent deterioration begins at night, precisely during those sacred hours when your body should be healing, repairing, and preparing to face a new day with strength and vitality. If you wake up exhausted, struggling with fading erections, and feeling that your energy and motivation are slipping away like water between your fingers, that is not just your age speaking. It is a deep warning sign that your body is becoming deficient in something it desperately needs every night to function. And most men don't even realize this is happening until they are already deeply immersed in the decline. When they finally notice, they have already been accumulating silent damage for months, sometimes years. Many of the men I have had the privilege of helping in my practice tell me exactly the same story. They say, "Dr. Elena, I sleep, but I wake up without energy. My erections are getting weaker. My sex drive has practically disappeared. I feel heavy, cloudy, constantly irritated, and I can't understand why." And when I examine their cases closely, when I take a closer look at every detail of their routine and health, I always discover the same pattern repeated over and over again. Their bodies are losing the ability to recover during the night. And that, believe me, changes absolutely everything. That nighttime recovery is what makes the fundamental difference between a man who at 60 feels fulfilled, vital, and absolutely full of life, and a man who at that same age feels as if he were 80, dragging through each day without purpose or vigor. Because during the night, while you sleep, while your consciousness rests and your body takes control, absolutely crucial biological processes for your overall male health are supposed to take place. Your body produces most of its natural testosterone precisely in the deepest phases of sleep, those phases that many men no longer even reach. Your penile blood vessels expand, repair, and actively regenerate during these hours. Your prostate naturally reduces the inflammation it has accumulated throughout the day. And the mitochondria inside each of your cells, those small but extraordinary power plants that fuel absolutely everything in your body, recharge, clean themselves, and diligently prepare for the next day. If your sleep is constantly interrupted, if it is shallow, if you do not reach those deep phases of restorative rest, all these vital processes fail. And the first systems to collapse, the ones that first give alarm signals, are precisely virility, sexual performance, physical vigor, and desire. It's as if your body is screaming at you that something is not right, but in a language that no one taught you to understand. So why does sleep worsen with age, especially after 60 years? The answer, although many may not know it, is actually quite simple when you understand it from a biochemical perspective. As men age, they begin to lose essential minerals and nutrients that were once abundant in their youth. The body no longer absorbs or retains these elements with the same efficiency as before. And the most critical of all these nutrients, the one I consider truly fundamental, is magnesium. Magnesium is undoubtedly the most important mineral for quality male sleep, for healthy nocturnal erections, and for the natural and robust production of testosterone. I have seen this confirmed time and again in my clinical practice, in the scientific literature, and in the actual results of hundreds of patients I have accompanied over the years. Without adequate levels of magnesium circulating in your body remains trapped in a constant state of nervous alertness, as if it is perpetually preparing for a threat that never comes, activating your sympathetic nervous system when it should be activating the parasympathetic. You may fall asleep, yes, because exhaustion eventually overcomes you, but you will never reach that deep, restorative, and truly reparative sleep that your body urgently needs every night to function. And without that deep and sustained sleep, your body never truly recovers completely. Every morning you wake up without having rested deeply, you accumulate a little more biological debt, a little more cellular deterioration, a little more distance between who you are and who you could be. The signs of nighttime magnesium deficiency are clear and recognizable when you know what to look for. I want you to review this list honestly and see if any of these symptoms feel familiar to you. Waking up 2 or 3 times a night with an urgent need to urinate. Experiencing restless and shallow sleep, plagued by strange, vivid dreams or sudden awakenings that leave you disoriented. Suffering from painful cramps, persistent muscle tension, or tingling sensations in the legs that prevent you from resting. Waking up in the morning feeling as tired as if you had never slept, as if the night had been pointless. Noticing a significant increase in irritability, anxiety, or impatience during the day, overreacting to things that previously did not bother you. And finally, morning erections becoming less frequent and noticeably weaker. If you recognize 2 or more of these symptoms in your daily life, it is very likely that your body is crying out for magnesium. It is a silent call that you need to learn to listen to before the deterioration progresses further. So, why does magnesium become deficient as men age? In my clinical experience, there are 2 main reasons that explain this phenomenon. The first has to do with our modern food supply, which contains significantly less magnesium than it used to just a few decades ago. The progressive degradation of soil, intensive use of agricultural chemicals, and industrial production methods mean that even the healthiest vegetables, fruits, and grains you find today in the market contain a fraction of the magnesium they used to have. We are eating foods that seem nutritious, but are impoverished on the inside. The second reason is equally important and is directly related to the biology of aging. As a man over 60 years old, your digestive system simply absorbs much less magnesium than it used to when you were young. Even if you strive to eat all the right foods, even if you carefully manage your diet with discipline, your gut no longer extracts that mineral with the same efficiency. That means that no matter how hard you try to eat well and maintain a balanced diet, the deficiency continues to progress silently, day after day, night after night. And it is precisely then that chronic fatigue begins to appear. Restless nights, progressively fading erections, and that silent but devastating loss of virility that so many men experience with shame and confusion. That is why obtaining the right form of magnesium at night becomes an absolutely essential step to rebuild your body from the ground up, from the inside out. But this is exactly where most men make a crucial mistake that costs them results and money. Not all magnesium is the same, not even close. Walk into any pharmacy or supplement store and you will see dozens of different types: magnesium oxide, chloride, citrate, malate, threonate, glycinate, and many more. And here's the truth you need to understand. The specific type of magnesium you choose makes a huge difference in the results you will get, especially if your main focus is to improve the quality of your erections, restore deep and restorative sleep, and regain that vital energy you feel you have lost. The 2 most important and effective forms for men over 60 years old are as follows. First, magnesium glycinate. This form is highly absorbable by the body and acts directly on your parasympathetic nervous system, which is essentially your body's deep relaxation mode. It helps you fall into a deeper and more sustained sleep. It calms the muscle tension accumulated during the day and naturally relaxes the blood vessels, setting the perfect stage for complete nighttime recovery and notably stronger and more consistent morning erections. The second form is magnesium threonate. This variant is truly unique and special because it has the ability to cross the blood-brain barrier, something that very few forms of magnesium can achieve. This means it goes directly to your brain, where it actively supports cognitive clarity, strengthens memory, and improves concentration, while simultaneously calming those anxious and repetitive thoughts that arise at night and keep you awake, tossing and turning in bed. For men who find that their minds race uncontrollably at night, or who wake up at 3 in the morning and simply cannot go back to sleep no matter what they do, magnesium threonate is undoubtedly the best option available. Now, the timing of taking magnesium is as important as choosing the right form. The best time to take it is 30 to 60 minutes before going to bed. This time window gives your body the necessary space to absorb it properly and start activating its powerful calming and restorative effects. For magnesium glycinate, a typical and effective dose is 200 to 400 milligrams per night. For magnesium threonate, the recommended dose generally ranges from 1 to 2 grams of powder, which contains approximately 144 milligrams of elemental magnesium. My professional recommendation is to always start with the minimum dose during the first few days and then gradually adjust if you feel it is necessary. Take it accompanied by a cup of warm water or a naturally relaxing tea like chamomile or valerian. And here's an additional tip that I consider very valuable. After taking your magnesium, consciously avoid bright lights, turn off the television, and keep your cell phone away from your hands and out of sight. Give your body and brain the unmistakable signal that it's time to relax and prepare for rest. Lie down within that window of 30 to 60 minutes and allow sleep to envelop you naturally and deeply. So what can you expect when you start supplementing correctly with the right form of magnesium? Let me explain in detail the progression I have consistently observed in my patients over years of clinical practice, because I want you to have realistic expectations and be able to measure your own progress. In the first 2 or 3 days, most men notice that they fall asleep more quickly than usual, that their muscles feel lighter and noticeably less tense when lying down, and that their heart rate slows down in a more natural, gentle, and pleasant way when they get into bed. It is a subtle but absolutely unmistakable feeling that something positive and different is beginning to change within your body. Many describe that first night as the first time in a long time that they felt they truly relaxed. By the end of the first week, the changes become more evident and significant. Men wake up with noticeably more energy, feel less heaviness and discomfort in their legs, make fewer frustrating trips to the bathroom during the night, and often experience the return of spontaneous morning erections that they haven't felt in months or even years. It is a moment that many of my patients describe as revealing. After 2 full weeks of consistent and disciplined use, many men report truly transformative results. 6 to 8 hours of deep, uninterrupted sleep, a noticeable reduction in overall anxiety, greater mental clarity and focus, and a natural and sustained increase in libido and overall vitality. And all of this without the need to resort to aggressive medications, invasive treatments, or synthetic hormones. The body simply regains what it has always needed. Now, as a health professional, I must warn you about 3 common mistakes I repeatedly see when men try to incorporate magnesium into their routine. The first mistake is choosing the wrong type of magnesium, usually magnesium oxide, because it is the cheapest and easiest to find on any shelf. But the reality is that it has very poor absorption and often causes digestive issues like diarrhea, without providing the real benefits you are looking for. My strong advice is to avoid it altogether. The second mistake is taking magnesium in the morning or during the day. Always remember that magnesium has a deeply calming effect on your nervous system. If you take it early in the day, you are likely to feel sluggish, sleepy, and less productive, and you completely lose the restorative nighttime benefit, which is precisely where its greatest power lies. The best and most consistent results are invariably obtained when you take it at night, as part of your bedtime preparation ritual. The third mistake, and perhaps the most common of all, is inconsistency. Magnesium is not a magical overnight solution. It works cumulatively in your body, building its benefits gradually with each dose. If you take it irregularly, if you skip days randomly, if you forget it on weekends or abandon it after 3 or 4 nights because you don't feel immediate results, you will never build the solid and lasting foundation that your body needs to transform. Consistency for at least 14 consecutive nights is absolutely key to experiencing a true and profound transformation in your sleep quality, your energy, and your sexual performance. Some men ask me with legitimate concern, "Dr. Elena, what if I am already taking some medication? Can I safely add magnesium?" It is an excellent and very responsible question. Magnesium is a natural mineral found in many foods, so for the vast majority of men, it is perfectly safe to use it alongside common prescription medications such as blood pressure medications, statins for cholesterol, or remedies for prostate health. However, if you are taking anticoagulants, kidney medications, or have more complex medical conditions, I always strongly recommend that you consult with your primary care physician to appropriately and personally adjust the dosages. Your safety always comes first. Here, I want to share another valuable piece of advice based on the available scientific evidence. Magnesium works even better, significantly enhancing its effects when combined with zinc and vitamin B6 taken at night as well. This synergistic combination, often known in the field of sports nutrition as ZMA, can naturally increase testosterone production, considerably improve the depth and quality of sleep, accelerate muscle recovery after physical activity, and naturally boost libido and sexual desire. It is a powerful combination that perfectly complements the work of magnesium. And here is what I want you to remember most from everything I have shared with you today. because it is the central message of this conversation. Persistent fatigue, poor sleep, progressively fading erections, loss of desire, these are not inevitable or irreversible signs of aging. They are clear and recognizable signs of nutritional deficiency. Your body, even after 60, 70, or beyond, still retains the extraordinary ability to feel strong, virile, energetic, and fully rested. But it needs to receive the right nutrients, in the correct forms, at the precise time. And that fundamental recovery begins every night, in the silent darkness of your room, while you sleep. Many men come to my office feeling deeply defeated, avoiding intimacy with their partners out of shame or frustration, emotionally disconnected from the people they love, dragging minimal energy and completely discouraged about what the future holds for them. They believe that the best part of their life is already behind them. But when they manage to restore the quality of their sleep, when they support their testosterone production naturally and consistently, and when they rebuild that nighttime resilience from the inside out, something deep and beautiful changes in them. Confidence returns to their eyes and posture. Desire reignites with an intensity they thought was lost forever. Energy returns to their body as if someone had plugged back in a power source that had been disconnected and forgotten for years. Their partners notice it, their families notice it. They look in the mirror and see someone different, someone they recognize from years ago. It genuinely feels like a rebirth, like a second chance that life gives them when they had stopped expecting it. And everything, absolutely everything, begins with a single brave and conscious decision. The decision to take care of your body at night, to give it exactly what it needs to repair itself, to never resign yourself to deterioration as if it were your inevitable destiny, because it is not. And for the men who wish to take this process of recovery and transformation even further, who want to maximize every aspect of their male vitality, I want to briefly mention why I recommend two specific supplementation options that I have thoroughly researched and personally validated through my clinical experience. I am aware that too many men waste their hard-earned money, and worse, their hope, on dubious, unsafe, and scientifically unproven pills that they find on unreliable websites promising overnight miracles. I have seen the consequences of those impulsive decisions, and I am deeply concerned about them. That's why, as a health professional genuinely committed to your overall well-being, I only recommend products that are truly safe, backed by solid and rigorous scientific evidence, and that have proven to be really effective both in published studies and in real clinical practice with real patients. You will find the corresponding links in the comments and in the video description below. For men looking for a moderate yet significant boost, I recommend organic watermelon extract rich in L-citrulline. This natural compound effectively increases the production of nitric oxide in your body, naturally improves blood flow, and supports firmer, longer-lasting, and more reliable erections. It's an excellent starting point for many men. But if what you are looking for is a significantly greater and more comprehensive boost, something that not only improves blood circulation, but also actively supports your testosterone production, overall physical endurance, libido, and prostate health in a truly integral and holistic way, then I recommend our advanced formula that has been specifically developed to address the needs of the mature man. This formula intelligently combines citrulline with icarin, a bioactive compound derived from horny goatweed, to significantly enhance blood flow to the tissues that need it most, increase the firmness of erections, and boost endurance during sexual activity. It also includes Tongkat Ali, a natural adaptogen used for centuries in traditional Asian medicine, to naturally support healthy testosterone levels and revive the sexual desire that many men believe they have permanently lost. It incorporates high-potency fenugreek to boost daily energy levels, stimulate libido naturally, and significantly improve the quality and intensity of orgasms. And it contains carefully dosed nettle root to provide balanced hormonal support and maintain optimal prostate health, an organ that deserves special attention after the age of 60. Together, these carefully selected ingredients address every fundamental aspect of male performance: blood circulation, hormonal balance, energy levels, sexual desire, and prostate function. It is a truly holistic approach that treats the man as a complete system, not as isolated parts. So if you are ready to take that decisive step and regain the vitality that your body and spirit deserve, choose confidently and without doubts the option that best fits your personal goals and your current health situation. The links are available right below, in the comments, and in the video description, ready for you. Your body deserves that attention you have denied it for so long. Your well-being deserves that conscious and determined investment. And you, as a man, as a father, as a partner, as a human being who still has so much to live and to offer, deserve to feel absolutely alive again. Don't let anyone tell you that your best years are already behind you, because with the right knowledge and the right action, the best may still be yet to come. Thank you for joining me today in this important conversation. Take care and remember, your health is your greatest wealth.